Hello and welcome to this edition of Going Places. I'm Ricc Rollins. Thanks, Arlene. We'll talk to you later in the show. Here's what's coming up. On today's show, we get Fit in 5 with Coach Julie and her knockout workout. Our pet vet, Dr. Nabuki's back, and we're talking about keeping your pets hydrated. And friend to the show, Arlene Brooks, is back to talk about Jazz Under the Stars featuring Sean Brown. And we'll share some of our favorite moments from the first 100 episodes of Going Places. All of this and more, starting with Coach Julie as we get Fit in 5.
Yes, thank you so much, Rick. I am very excited to be here today. We have a fun workout that I'm going to show you. But before we get started, I want to make sure that everyone who's watching, if you are interested in starting a workout program, be sure you talk to your doctor first to make sure you're clear to do all of the exercises that you may enjoy doing. You want to make sure that your health is at that level that you can go ahead and do cardio, strength training, all of those things that you might be interested in doing. With that said, we're going to do something fun today where we're doing boxing. This is a low impact move, but you will get cardio in this. And if you have 1 or 2 pound weights, we'll be using weights. You don't have weights, that's fine. You don't need weights, but we're going to get started. I have my weights here. These are 2 pound weights. And I'm just going to show you a couple of moves. First of all, I have my 2 pound weights. As I said, you don't need weights if you don't have them. What I want you to do, roll those shoulders back, engage the abs, meaning just kind of hold those abs nice to keep your back real stable, and give me a little bend in your knees. We're going to hold those weights right here. And again, this is not real boxing, so I'm not showing you how to go and if you're upset with someone, go kind of attack them with these boxing moves. These are just exercise boxing moves, okay? So I want you to do a little sway from side to side as we get ready. 8. Now our first move is the jab. So all we're going to do, holding the weight here, you're going to turn that fist parallel to the floor and punch just like that. Punch, 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 punch. 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll notice I'm doing a little bend in my knee as I do these moves just to add a little bit of squat or thigh work, lower body work here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Next move is the uppercut. Now you're going to get a little more lower body in this one. So what we're doing here, holding those weights just like this, because this is going to work your biceps. All right, so what we're doing now is taking it up, up. You notice I'm pivoting the foot as I go up, then also getting that little bend in my knee right here. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, next move is the hook. So this really works the shoulders and upper back. So we're holding those weights here. And what you're going to do this time is turn the foot as you take the arm across the body, just like that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping that weight and arm at the shoulder level. All right, back from the beginning. We're going to start with that jab. Get it in your position. 4, 3, 2. We're going to jab 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now uppercut. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hook. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, this set, we're going to go through them all without stopping, just from one to the next, okay? Ready, set, go. Let's jab. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, uppercut. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, hook. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Do you want to be a real pretend boxer? We're going to add a little jump rope here. Not even getting our feet off the floor, just to kind of cool ourselves down. All right. Grab your fake jump rope. And all we're doing now is slight bend in the knee and lifting our heels off the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, there you have it. Some jabs, some jumps. We got it all. So that is your full body workout for today. And I will see you next time right here on Going Places for Fit in 5. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.
When we come back, Dr. Nabuki joins us right after this.
So just like in humans, hydration is key. So you got to...
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Welcome back to this edition of Going Places. Dr. Nabuki's with us today, and this is
Pandy. We're a 10-year-old cockapoo.
And Pandy is very colorful.
Yes.
Okay.
Mommy decided to body spray the doggy. It does not harm the pet. It is pet friendly.
Pandy, you look amazing.
And when you wash it, it tends to just sort of dilute over time.
Okay.
So it doesn't wash out all at once, but over time, but it lasts a while.
And Pandy, you look amazing. You
I know,
look stellar.
We've already got a bright personality, and now we look super colorful.
Okay.
Not to distract from our topic today, but we're beautiful. Yeah.
So let's talk about pet hydration today.
Yes.
Okay, so what is pet dehydration, since we're talking about hydration?
All right. So you gotta know one and the other. So just like in humans, hydration is key. So you gotta you make sure they get lots of water, adequate water. Make sure they stay hydrated. If they are dehydrated, which is the absence of water in their system, it can lead to a lot of health concerns, such as organ disease, organ failure, shock issues, stroke. I mean, you name it. If you don't have enough blood volume or fluid volume in your body, you can get really, really sick.
So how do we know that our pet is dehydrated?
So my number one way at home is checking their gums. Okay. If they're nice and moist and pink, then we're going to be nice and hydrated. The other way is actually you check the skin on the neck. If you pull that up, doesn't hurt or anything, but if you do that and you let it go down and it goes down quickly, then we're good. If it stays up for like 3-4 seconds and it's just not going down at all, that's an issue. That means we're dehydrated. Yeah.
And so what do we begin to do to rehydrate them?
So we want to make sure that we have adequate water around the house. So, you know.
So more than just one bowl?
Yeah, usually I say more than one, because if there's an aversion, like let's say, you know, if something happens, like they get into a fight with their sibling, or maybe there's a bug or a frog, something around their water bowl that they just don't like, then they just won't drink.
Okay.
So if you have a couple around the house, then like they can be a little picky and go around and drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we figure out that they're dehydrated, we start to hydrate them.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not working,
Yes.
what do we do then?
So good question. We've been talking about basically mild dehydration at home, where we can, give water in bowls where they'll actually take it. If it's moderate or severe dehydration, then we're talking about, okay, maybe getting a turkey baster or a syringe to like squirt water into their mouth to help them drink it, or giving us a call, giving veterinarians a call to make sure we can look at your pet and figure out why we're dehydrated. Is it something like an upset stomach, or again, is there some aversion in the house that we're not drinking, or is there a medical condition that's leading to the dehydration and us not drinking enough? Because you can drink enough, but there's lots of things that can make you pee too much.
Okay.
And if you're peeing more than you're drinking, well, that'll be an issue too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very true. So when something like that happens, like you said, call you. But in the meantime, if they're noticing a difference in behavior, and so should they? Is it a matter of monitoring, or is it a matter of this is not working? Let's go now.
Well, it's hard to say. It's hard to generalize it for every pet.
Okay. True.
My thing is, if you're concerned, your baby, then we're concerned.
Right.
So bring him in to see your vet. If you're like, okay, well, he just hasn't drank a little bit today, or maybe he exercised a little too much and now he's a little bit, a little tired, and he just seems like he needs a little more water, then you can rehydrate him at home, and maybe make sure to keep the water fresh, and make sure to keep the water cool and clean. Cool and clean. So,
Fresh,
sometimes,
cool, clean.
yeah. And sometimes if they don't drink it, just add an ice cube in the water, and sometimes that'll be enough for them to want to drink it. So, yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, if you're concerned, give us a call, give your vet a call, and have your baby seen.
For more information about Royal Pets, click on the QR code. Going Places returns right after this. So people often ask me what Going Places is all about. It's really about the people, not only of the Tampa Bay area, but beyond. I'm always amazed with the stories of the people who are making a difference from where they've come to where they're going, and even where they are now. Sometimes they'll encourage you. Sometimes they'll empower you. Sometimes they'll even entertain you. But the big thing that we all have in common is we're going places, and we all want to go along. Welcome back to this edition of Going Places. Arlene Brooks, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, is in the house. Welcome, Arlene.
Good morning, Rick. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So let's just start with this. It's been far too long. I'm glad you're back. And we are talking about Jazz Under the Stars, which is happening tonight if you're watching the first run of this broadcast. So let's talk about the July 15th iteration. Now, that date means a lot to me because today would have been my mother's 96th birthday.
So
that
how about
means a lot.
that?
Yep.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yes. Okay. So we'll be under the stars. I'm going to be looking for her tonight. Okay. So I'm going to be looking for her in the stars. So let's talk about tonight. Who we got coming on?
We have Sean Brown Entertainment tonight at Jazz Under the Stars. One of very familiar talent out of Tampa, pretty extraordinaire. He's very talented and very awesome. So it's going to be a great show tonight.
Okay. So I don't have to ask you this, but I will. Are you excited about tonight?
I'm very excited about tonight. I'm always excited about jazz.
Okay. So now there's some changes.
There's some changes, yes.
Okay, so let's talk about them. One, you're not at the school anymore.
No, we're not behind the school. We're back at the original location at 5060 River Glen Boulevard in Wesley Chapel in the Avalon community. That's one of the things has changed. So we're going back to the original site. Number two, the change there is no longer parking on the street. We have to have you to park your cars
At the
at the
school.
elementary school, and you will be shuttled down to the clubhouse.
See, they didn't got fancy. Y'all ain't got to walk. You'll be shuttled to the venue. Yeah.
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 So you will want to bring, if you don't have or purchase VIP, you will want to bring your lawn chairs and things of that nature to sit outside and that event. And you can also bring the items that you want, but we'll also have food trucks there as well.
Okay. Okay. Are we gonna have lemonade?
Not tonight.
Okay. Okay, well, I know where I can go get some lemonade because there's a second location for Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks, and that is
Yes.
with Madame.
Yes, sir. That it's going to be at 7900 Little Road in Newport Richey in the VA Medical Clinic inside.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So Coffee Speaks 1 is on hiatus until we go into the relocation.
That
Yes.
would be great.
Yes. So,
It is sitting and
no,
waiting.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this because stop saying the place is closed. It's not closed. We're relocating. We're in transition. Okay, watch
Yes.
your words. Watch
Watch
your
your
words.
words. Yes.
So we're excited about it. We're looking for a new location because the other location was tight. Anybody that had been there, if you came for an event, 32 people, and we had to say, that's it.
Well, when you say we're looking for a location, let's take that, rewind that just
Okay.
back
Okay.
just a little bit.
Okay.
We'll let you know where we are. So we're not looking.
Looking.
We know where we're going to be and when we're going to get there. So
True.
once we're there, if you're following us on all the platforms, as well, especially our
Facebook,
website,
all the social
Instagram,
media,
Facebook, and
Instagram, yeah.
coffeespeaksandteatalk.com, they will find out when we're ready to let them know and let you know, the audience know where we're going to be. We'll do a grand opening of the headquarters for Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. So now let's talk a little bit more about the second location. Now that's in the VA hospital. Oh, not the VA hospital. It's the VA Medical Center. Clinic.
Medical.
Okay. How's that coming?
It's doing very well.
That's
We
good.
have regular customers that love to come in and try the beast. And some of the other things that we're doing inside, of course, with the coffee and tea and other merchandise, but it's a different group of people. Most of them are veterans, and it makes it very exciting.
And interesting, yes, to say the
Very
least.
interesting, but the place is doing well.
Okay. So one of the things that I'm excited about for you, Arlene, is that growth is all over you in so many different aspects. Growth as a person, growth as a business, growth as an entrepreneur. So what do you look forward to in the second half of the year as we continue to grow?
Surely in the second half of this year, it's maybe, I would say, double for your portion.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
So what we started, what we've seen, and what we know we can do, we're just going to double that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. As the person who has advertised the longest, who's my friend far before Going Places, we recently just celebrated our 100th episode. And
Yes.
so this is episode 102. Last week, you were part of our fan favorites. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes, you were one of our clips from last week. And so I thank you for being that influential with our Going Places audience. What would
No. Let me thank you for allowing me to be influential on your show.
Okay. Well, I couldn't imagine doing this without you. So what would you say to us as we go into year 3?
what I would say is that we're going to keep moving. And that one of the greatest thing about us moving, and we're moving it together, is we always talk about going places.
Mm-hmm.
Going places with Ricc Rollins has been one of the best things that I've done on this journey. Uh, and I say that I've done, but I think that I can't give any better recognition or honor and glory but to God for how he has enacted and put
Yeah.
our lives entangled together, support wise. Um, we do a lot together. We make phone calls early in the morning. You know,
Really?
we yes, we get a phone call in, we support one another, we encourage one another all the time, you know. So this journey where it looks like it's easy at times, it's not all that easy, but I thank God that you're there to hear me out. I'm here to hear you out, and we support one another with our vision and our partnership. And going places with Ricc Rollins is the best thing going in Tampa.
Well, thank you, my love. I appreciate that so much. Well, I can't wait to see you tonight under the stars
Yeah,
in a fedora.
in a fedora.
And there you go. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being a part of this journey from show one to number 102 and beyond. Love you to
Thank you.
death.
I
Love you
love you, man.
to edge and back, as we like to say,
Edge and back. That's what I'm saying. We gonna keep doing this thing, man, until the wheels fall off.
until they fall off. And then we'll see if we can find some more. Anyway, more going places right after this. Thanks for being with us, Arlene. When we come back, we'll show you some of our favorite moments from the first 100, featuring some of our favorite people who got their starts right here in Tampa Bay, right after this.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
So weird because so many things happened when I was trying to make this transition, and it was obstacles that I thought I would never happen to me. Um, just before I landed the agent, I went to a new hairstylist, right? And she was doing my hair, and whatever she did to my hair damaged it, and I was bald at the top of my head. So I had to cut all my hair off. And I went, and it was so weird. So when I see myself for the first time, I'm actually, my hair is really short. My hair was shorter than my husband at the time, right? And so, but you know, I remember the hair falling out in the shower and just going, oh my God. And I said, in 40 years, I've never had my hair damaged or lose it. I can stop now, or I can keep going. And I didn't let the hair phase me. I just went to someone who glued in some hair extensions. And because I had 2 weeks later, I had my first set of headshots. And so, you know, you just have to keep going because you're going to get some kind of obstacle. That was mine at the time. And then after I booked Army Wise, it just took off. I can't remember off the top of my head what my next booking was, but I got to work on some amazing projects. Being Mary Jane, which was a beautiful project. And I got to be dressed by the fabulous Oscar-winning Ruthie Carter.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm talking about a diva. Every stylist loves her because she captures and embodies the character in a way that only she can. I mean, because wardrobe is essential to understanding that character. Why does she wear this? Why does she wear that? And it just, I
was like, whoa, okay. And then, I got to do Greenleaf, Queen Sugar, 12 Years a Slave was another one of those. I got to work with Elizabeth Moss from Handmaid's Tale. on a movie called Free World, and it was Octavia Spencer was in that movie as well. And so I have been fortunate to be on great projects, Oscar-winning projects, and hopefully I'll be on an Emmy award-winning project with this latest one, Women of the Movement.
Let me tell you, this thing. Sweetie, it was like, talk about taking breath.
I can tell you what it was. So I was always a good joke writer. Like I was always clever, right? But sometimes I would come up with something clever, but it didn't serve a purpose other than just being clever and funny. And that was fine. Like it would get the laughs, everybody would leave feeling happy, but you wouldn't really be able to tell anybody anything about me. You wouldn't be able to describe me. You go like, that kid was funny, right? Colin Kaepernick, when that was going on, and people were boycotting Kaepernick as he was kneeling for the flag. That was the beginning of, I was really starting to take shape as like an individual who had something to say. And basically what I was doing was, I was going to these places like red states, red counties, whatever you want to call it. And I was doing this angle of, I bet you actually agree with Colin more than you disagree. You just don't know that.
Wow.
And so the idea was like, I would entice you in by having an opposing strategy and an opposing idea, right? And then I would break it down step by step. And then as you would see how many things you agreed upon, you would realize how silly it was, what you didn't agree about.
Wow.
And so by the end of it, these people are applauding. And these are in massive red states, right? These are in very conservative places. And that's not to call those people villainous. I'm just trying to provide a different perspective for you to see, like, we are actually more alike than we are separate. It's just the way we've been thinking through it is irrational.
That's amazing.
There's another way to see it. And when you see it like that, we're on the same team, man. What are we talking about?
And I think that comedy, Scripture says that a merry heart doth like a good medicine.
Okay.
I think that what you do, it's part revival. Because there's some healing that happens in the room, because like you said, you've got these people who thought they were vehemently opposed to certain things, and you made them think.
Yeah.
That's magic.
But the point is, like, I didn't attack them.
Right.
Right? The idea was like, I disagree with you, but I respect you as a person. I just want to show you something that I don't think you've seen, and let's see where it gets us.
Well, we're almost out of time, but before we go, I want to thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with more interesting people doing interesting things in interesting places. Until then, be blessed on the journey. Thank you for the first 100. Here's to show 103. Take care.